Okay, happy Wednesday, everybody. It's been a minute. I had hoped to get back into a little bit more consistency in posting, but I did not. But anyway, here we are again for another New York Times daily crossword solve on Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. And this is a construction by Zhou Zhang, whose puzzles I've done a couple, I think a couple of his, hers, theirs, I'm not really sure. His, I think, puzzles over my time and quite enjoyed them. So let's see, we've got some circled squares to play with. So let's see what that's all about and get into today's puzzle right away. Okay, it might be rigged. I wonder if this is going to be something like a sale as opposed to like rigged like an election or something like that. I suspect that this is a sailing reference, but let's just see. Genre for Blackpink or BTS. Probably we're looking for K-pop here, Korean pop music. NBA or MLB VIPs. GMs, general managers. I'm trying to think of who else might be VIPs in these two sporting leagues. I'm gonna go with GMs and see where that gets me. No way. You could say like whoa or no way. Is it? You could say, or I don't know. I'll check the downs in a second, but let's see. Blank sea, a shrinking body of water that was once the world's third largest lake. Only going by the crosses, this looks like it might be the Ural Sea, which does show up in the crossword from time to time. I don't actually know by the clue what lake they're referring to here, but it looks like it might be this. I'm just going to put it in for now and we'll see. Rocks, Iron Maiden is the name of a rock group. Wildlife that may nest on Hawaiian golf courses. Probably they're looking for the nene bird here. A bag with handles, a tote, I guess. Some absurdist art. Is this Dadaist art? Is that a thing? Or is Dada a school of philosophy? Gosh. I'm in full Monday mode brain-wise right now, but let's see if that's it. Anything sounds good to me. Okay, so let's check some downs and see what we can get here. San Francisco transit option. I thought it was the BART. But that doesn't fit with either of these things, and I'm pretty confident in Nene, even though I'm not in sail up there. Let's see. I'm standing right here, you know. You could say ahem, perhaps, so that gives me some more confidence in sail. One end of the day. What? One end of the day. I don't know what they're looking for here. Okay. Sister goddesses who personify destiny. Aren't these the fates? Destiny. These should be the fates. What is their Greek name? They're not the Moirai. They're the either way, though, I don't think whatever answer I'm thinking of is not this many letters. How about this? Hurricane that's the subject of the 2006 documentary When the Levees Broke. So this is not going to be Ural because this is going to be Hurricane Katrina. A vessel's front could be its prow. Statement in a courtroom could be an oath. And another statement in a courtroom could be a plea. I'm guessing those based on the crosses here. We've got a pair of twinned clues. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe Ural is the name of the mountains. Maybe Aral is the name of the sea. I think this is Asian geography or European, East European. Not so strong. about this? Creatives may jot them in a notebook. How about ideas? Let's look at these other downs. Contents of some boats, gravy. And you could put some boats have gravy in them, gravy boats specifically. Router hookup could be a modem. Perhaps a more challenging clue for our younger solvers. Trap. A snare is another word for a trap. I'm so great. You could say, yay me. I certainly would not have gotten that without all the rest of the letters filled in. Highs that could appear 4 more times in this puzzle. Okay, so this is looks like an ancillary revealer here, like a secondary revealer, but I don't know what they mean. Maybe ups or something like that. I'm not sure what they're after there. Key worker? Key worker? I'm not sure. This looks like it's going to be whatever. Anything time sounds good to me. I'm up for whatever, so it looks like maybe this is going to be a rebus. I'm up for whatever, like that. But then what the heck? So maybe this isn't sail after all, even though the A looks correct. Is this the... I don't know. Oh, sunup. Sunup is definitely... And then this could be... no way, you could say, no way am I doing that. You could say. That's usually not the way I see that spelled, but I'm not actually sure how you see it spelled. It may be rigged. Oh, so this is, I think, maybe a mast. So I was right, I was on the right track, but it got the wrong thing there. Oh, it's the Fates. That's annoying. Had the right answer, but didn't think to include the article. Okay. Poke bowl fish is ahi, ahi tuna. What have we here? Oh, like, oh, oh-ho, what have we here? Maybe a sort of old-fashioned way of saying, maybe. Basic couturier offering, a button-up, like a button-up shirt. So maybe this is another, maybe they're all ups. Let's see. So I'm wondering about this. So this looks like it is going to be ups. But I'm wondering about the idea that it could appear 4 more times. Let's see what we're after there. This looks like a key worker looks like it's going to be a typist. Same here, as am I, you could say. Who often brushes dirt off home plate? The ump has a little specialty little broom there that they use. Usually, sometimes when it actually needs sweeping, and then sometimes when they just need to take some time to do something, like they want to put a pause on the game, or there's some delay somewhere else that they fill in that time by doing that. Anyway, rascals, another word for rascals is imps. So what is this? One aspect to consider in making a decision, the upsides and downsides you would consider. Honor blank thieves, honor among thieves is a phrase. Control Z is the keyboard shortcut for undo. Where to get some, quote, fresh air is the new fresh air. Wait, what am I talking about? Fresh air, fresh air. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Exhausted could be spent, both in terms of a person being exhausted or a resource. Fresh air, oh, is that an NPR podcast? Perhaps that sounds right. I was just listening to NPR podcasts yesterday, but not that one. Saying, perhaps you could be musing if you're saying, Philosophy followed by Benjamin Franklin. This is deism. That's the only thing I can think of in this many letters, but let's see. Perennially struggling with. Maybe not. Erase it for now. Apt letters missing from C blank blank TOM blank blank blank. It looks like it's going to spell customary. Is usury a word? Arthur, who was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Arthur Ashe, the tennis player? Like pea soup fog is thick. Looks like it is Arthur Ashe, but this doesn't look right. It's how the story goes, the arc of the story. Expression of disapproval. This is going to be tisk. Is this? Oh, customers, not customary. Customers and users is the same thing. Okay, so maybe this is going to be deism. Perennially struggling with, for example, spelling or math. You could be bad at it. A talking point. I was going to say tenet. It's not exactly the same as a talking point. Let's look at this one instead. Gary Oldman or Ian McKellen, for example, both knighted, I think. They're both sirs. Some computers and televisions are... I don't know. Sony's? Is it a brand question? Extra. Add-on, like an extra, an add-on. Once more could be again. Lows that could appear 4 more times. Oh, I get it. Downs. Okay, I'm going to explain that in a second. That's so cool. Roman goddess of fertility is fertility. Not Demeter? No, Dana is not a goddess. Let's see. Not at home is away. Oh, Diana. Roman, right. This was the government group with cryptologists on staff, the NSA. The Prancing Pony and Admiral Benbow are fictional ones. These are inns. The Prancing Pony from The Lord of the Rings. Admiral Benbow I don't recognize. I mean, I do recognize, but I don't remember what it's from. Looks like this is Sony's. Failing epically. Going up or down in flames, perhaps. One tool for scrolling on a computer, an up key or a down key. Foundation for a proposal. Foundation is your knee. If you're on your knee, that would be your foundation, I guess. Your base of where your center of mass is being supported as you kneel for a proposal. Quechua speaker, I think that was the language of the Inca. Latin for behold is ecce, or ecce in the ecclesiastical Latin. Prominent feature of an alpaca, I guess their neck. Goes on and on and on. Yaks, you could say. Someone's yakking. Buttery confections are toffees. Ticket sellers' take is their fee, the ticket fee. Blank canto and Patchett novel. I'm guessing bel canto is a style of operatic singing, but maybe also the name of a novel. To devour is to either gobble up or gobble down. I guess since I've gone with ups, I'm going to stick with up for both of these as well. And then what would this be? One orientation of a playing card during a magic trick, either face up or face down. Letters on some moisturizer bottles if they're also sunscreen sun protectors, the SPF, sun protection factor. The flower part, I would have guessed petal. Let's see. Reputation or Midnights for Taylor Swift. Those are, I guess, 2 of her eras. Value is the price of something. A talking point could be a topic. I still don't know what this word is. Come on, help me out. I don't know. State of confusion. I don't know that either. Oh, I might have some trouble with those letters there. Little. Scraped out is eked out, like scraped out a living, eked out a living. Hides a tear, say. Sobs? No. I don't know. Screw them. What do you screw? Screw... Lids. You could screw on lids onto a bottle or something like that. All over. All over. Diving position with bent hips and straight legs. Diving. I don't know anything about diving terms. Gosh. Little could be mini. Is this pike position? Is that a thing? This could be oh, be a pal. Come on, help me out. Oh, be a pal. all over could be anew, and then, oh, hides a tear, say in a piece of clothing or fabric, could be sows. And then a state of confusion, oh, value is to value, not the value of something as in the price of something, but to value something is to prize it. And then a state of confusion could be a haze, the flower part being a sepal. It's just ringing a vague bell, but not totally sure. Okay, a really interesting puzzle. So you can see that the puzzle has auto-corrected my ups to up/down. So let's take a look at, so the two quasi-revealers here, highs that could appear 4 more times in this puzzle are ups, and lows that could appear 4 more times in this puzzle are downs. Interesting that the downs is also a down entry, 51 down. But that means there are 8 separate entries here, intersecting at 4 squares, that could be answered with either up or down as the rebus in that square. And so this could be, anything sounds good to me, I'm up for whatever, or I'm down for whatever. This one end of the day could be sun up or sun down. This basic couturier offering could be a button up or a button down. I think the same item of clothing, just referred to in 2 different ways. One aspect to consider in making a decision could be the upside or the downside. I even said that at the time and didn't realize that at that point what the theme was doing. Here, to devour is to gobble up or to gobble down, and here an orientation of a playing card, face up or face down. And finally, failing epically could be going up or going down in flames, and then a tool for scrolling on a computer, an up key or a down key. Really fun theme here by Zhou Zhang. And other than that, I don't know. I'm trying to think of, there's a couple of things that sort of like, a couple of wordplay things that got me. And a couple of things that I just didn't know. I didn't know about this the Muni, I guess the municipal transit network in San Francisco. I didn't know about that. I'm guessing this is the informal nickname for it. The Aral Sea, as opposed to the Ural Mountains, got me for a little while. I was lucky to get Dadaist art because I wasn't totally sure about that. Arthur Ashe, I know he's a tennis player. I didn't know he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's pretty cool. Deism, I did guess at first, but then I had this one wrong for a little bit, so I was thrown off there. I had price here instead of prize for value, just misinterpreting the part of speech. What else? I think these were all pretty straight. There was something else here that hides a tear as opposed to hides a tear. Just a couple of things that threw me momentarily, but thankfully I think there's enough sort of really accessible crosses that this was a fairly like checkable crossword grid, in that anything that you didn't know or were unsure about, you could definitely, there were enough crosses that could get you there. But the theme definitely, I was happy that I sort of saw what was going on, at least as far as there being a rebus pretty quickly, and then the fact that the rebus could actually go one of 2 ways. Figured that out a little bit later on. But anyway, that's our puzzle for Wednesday, August 27th. An excellent and clever construction by Zhou Zhang. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. If you want to know when I'm posting next, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you for the next solve, whenever that is. Cheers.